It's been 2 videos in a row and I'm starting things off with forgive me. Because I didn't watch the 3rd period of this game, I watched the first 2 while I was studying for mass communications, media performance, and journalism. These are all things that I have going on right now. It's November, it's the end of the term, it's approaching, and things are getting heavy. But I was able to study while watching the first 2 periods. The 3rd period I missed because I had to go over to the local rink, do some broadcasting work for the local Junior B team over there. Things were wonderful. But nevertheless, the Vancouver Canucks still in this one, they score 8 goals against the Boston Bruins in an 8-5 victory. And this is crazy because this is the first time the Vancouver Canucks have scored 8 goals in a game since 2009. November 14, 2009. The last time the Vancouver Canucks scored 8 goals in a single game, they've gone for 7 in the next few seasons. They've gone for 6 in the most recent few seasons. But this season, they break things up. They get 7 for the first time in a few years, and they get 8 against the Bruins tonight for the first time in 9 years. Almost 9 years. It's been almost 9 full years since the Canucks got themselves an 8-goal performance. If you're wondering, back in that game against the Colorado Avalanche in 2009, Steve Bernier had himself 2 goals, and in terms of total points, Ryan Johnson, Mason Raymond, and Henrik Sedin each had 3. Henrik had a hat-trick. So going over to things today, the Vancouver Canucks storm right through the Bruins. At least I don't want to say the word storm because the Bruins scored 5 goals. Jacob Markstrom, statistically speaking, wasn't the best, but he got the job done here tonight. He got the job done against Colorado in that 7-goal game because of these recent performances. If you take a look at the standings, you take a look at the NHL, the Vancouver Canucks are 2nd in the entire league in terms of goals for. They actually were 1st earlier today because they got themselves a really hot 6-goal first 2 periods, and the Tampa Bay Lightning, they had a game against the Islanders. They won that one 4-2. They're actually 1st in the league right now with 59 goals. Vancouver is 2nd with 57. The Tampa Bay game wasn't necessarily all too high scoring as the Vancouver game, but the Vancouver game did allow the Canucks to be 1st in the league in goals for some small amount of time. But Vancouver is 2nd in the league in goals for in terms of goals against. They are 4th last, but, you know, it's fine, right? They got a -1 goal differential by being one of the highest scoring teams in the league, and 15 of those goals have come in the last 3 games. That's kinda dumb, but it's the status quo. It's how things are right now. The Vancouver Canucks get themselves 8 goals in this one. I actually haven't talked about the game, my goodness. What a terrible YouTuber I am. Well, I know. Pretty terrible, but seeing as I didn't really watch most of the important parts of the game, I saw the goals, of course, but I was studying, I was away doing hockey broadcasts. Bo Horvat starts things off in this first period with an unassisted goal. He steals the puck off of the defensive turnover by the Bruins, has it, takes a shot, it's in the net. That's his 8th of the year. Bo Horvat is at 8 goals, ladies and gentlemen. The Boston Bruins are down 1-0. Then, the Bruins get themselves back on the board. They score 2. Patrice Bergeron gets his 8th, and Matt Grzelcyk gets himself his 1st goal of the year. I'm sorry if I butchered that. But Loui Eriksson is a man, and he was a former Bruin, and he's a guy who got himself on the board here for his 2nd of the year. It was a really good play out in front. Gudbranson with the shot, and that one went wide. Eriksson behind the net collects the puck, shoves it down into the cage. It's an open net for Eriksson to backhand that in. It's 2-2, and Eriksson is on the board once again. Gudbranson with an assist, Granlund with an assist, Gudbranson with his 5th assist on the season. That was pretty good. Then, just moments later, Ben Hutton gets himself his 4th of the year. Hutton has been a goal-scoring machine this year. We're not used to seeing 4 goals out of Hutton, but if there was a season to get it, it was this one because he's been playing well. Gaudette, Goldolben, Pettersson, Horvat, and Hutton are out there. They're on the power play. Passing gets done a little bit. Pettersson goes down to the man at the goal line, sends it out in front for Gaudette. Gaudette doesn't touch it, and it goes all the way back to Hutton, and Hutton is there to absolutely just wrist it. Goes in. Ben Hutton is up there on the board once again, ladies and gentlemen. That is great. Absolutely deserved it for him. That was the performance from the second period, considering Jake DeBrusk came out a little bit later, like 30 seconds later, getting himself on the board. But then Loui Eriksson, once again. Eriksson with 2 goals in this game, gets himself his 3rd. This one's on the power play again. Ben Hutton with the shot, and Eriksson with the tip. And everybody on Canucks Twitter freaked out because, oh my goodness, Loui Eriksson has 2 goals. Oh my goodness. Eriksson, Loui, you're elite, gets himself on the board, but that's not all, ladies and gentlemen, because another Vancouver Canuck who hasn't really been receiving the spotlight gets himself on the board just a little bit later. That is Antoine Roussel. Delzato is at the point. He sends it down over. There's a shot over by Granlund. That is tipped on net by Antoine Roussel, who gets himself on the board with his 3rd of the year. From Granlund and Delzato, all is good. Jake DeBrusk gets himself a goal later, so at this point, everybody's like, oh my gosh, this is going to be like the Colorado game, isn't it? And then right before the period ends, another man comes out of the shadows to get his 1st of the year. It is Erik Gudbranson. Okay, now Gudbranson, he finished this game off with 2 points, and his goal was just so whack, like, you watch it and you're like, oh my gosh, he did that? He did that? Erik Gudbranson can do that? Oh my gosh, what the heck? The puck was just like sent back over to him, and he just threw one on net. Rask, who came in, he didn't see that one. Gudbranson from Horvat and Eriksson. So Eriksson gets himself his 3rd point of the game. Horvat gets himself his 3rd as well. And going into the 3rd period, at this point, it's like 6-4 Vancouver, and everybody's freaking out because, oh my gosh, we can get to 7 again. And Bo Horvat, shorthanded, puts things up there. He gets himself his 9th of the season, his 4th point of the night. It goes up to 7. This one was a goal. He had the puck. He brought it into the zone. It was shorthanded. The goalie came out to play it, and Horvat takes the puck away, and it's an open net, so he sweeps in, turns around, and shoves it. That was great. And then just a little bit later, Jake Virtanen with his 6th, the final goal of the game, the 8th goal for the Vancouver Canucks. Just kidding, it's not the final goal of the game, it's the final goal of the game for the Vancouver Canucks. Virtanen at this one. Pettersson, he got himself an assist, so you know we're not going to finish off an 8-goal game without at least a Pettersson point. And Pettersson, he has the puck at the far hash marks, centers it over to Goldolben, who's in on the rush. He swiftly backhands it right over, back into the slot for Virtanen to one-time it, and this was not a good shot, ladies and gentlemen. Terrible shot. This one was totally whiffed, but it still went forward, and the goaltender completely moved out of position. He expected a really good, fast, quick shot, and his inertia caused him to move out of the way of the puck, and Virtanen gets himself his 6th on the year, and Pettersson has a point. Danton Heinen gets himself his 1st of the year at the end of the 3rd period. That was long overdue, honestly. Danton Heinen was a beast last year as a rookie. I was so shocked to watch this goal go in and them being like, oh, his 1st of the year, and I was like, what? No way. 1st? How the hell did he not have a goal before this? Well, the Vancouver Canucks, they get themselves 8 in this one. It was all good, and I don't know how I feel about these super high-scoring games. Well, you know, I like seeing the goals, but this one was kind of weird because, like, Gudbranson got a goal. Roussel got a goal. Eriksson got 2. I'm good for Hutton, Horvat with 2, and Jake Virtanen. I like that. But the other ones, it was kind of weird to see on the score sheet. Kind of weird to see it happen in real life, too. What the heck is happening? Erik Gudbranson is scoring long wristers from the point for us. That was weird to see, but it's nice seeing the depth coming through in a game where, let's just face it, a lot of teams need depth to start scoring and winning games, and that's exactly what we got here. The Vancouver Canucks win this one, and it was a game that I regret missing in the third period. Actually, I mean, I don't, because, like, my job is more important than YouTube, but still, wow. Virtanen, he's at 6 on the year. Pettersson gets himself his 7th assist. Horvat gets himself 4 points. He's now up to 15 points in 17 games with 9 goals. Bo is a beast. This is the player that we traded Corey Schneider for, ladies and gentlemen. Man, that's awesome. But overall, the Boston Bruins, I liked this game. I mean, I think I would have been okay with seeing a few more 8-5 Vancouver Canucks victories in Boston, because according to Dan Murphy, which, you know, it's legitimate, but still, Dan Murphy kind of pissed off the entire fan base, low-key, with this tweet, Canucks with as many goals tonight as the entire 2011 final. Kevin Bieksa replied, settle down, Murph. And, okay, you gotta give it to him. The Canucks in 2011 scored 8 goals in the Bruins all series, and they did it in one game today. Sure, the game's different, the players are different, but it still hurts. But overall, Elias Pettersson got a point. Horvat got 4. That's great. I like that a lot. And I'm sure a lot of you guys too out there also agree. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Plus in the Shore 69 Gaming, and bye.